Welcome to Whiskey and Whitetails, a show for those that hunt with a passion and drink with a purpose. As always, I am your host, Gus.
You almost said my name because my name's Matt.
He's Matt. And as always, we are happy for you to be here. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. As always, thank you to our Patreon for their support and their executive producers who help us put these shows together with their input and their insight and their feedback.
You also don't
And
have to
for
do
all of
anything
you,
if you want to be a patron. You can go to patreon.com/whiskey and whitetails and just click a tier that works for you. And that's it. It helps us keep the lights on, helps us keep the show going, pays
and you
for
reap the benefits of
equipment.
that tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as always, thanks for all of you listening
Yeah.
and supporting and commenting and sharing and all that fun stuff. We are thankful for it. Moving past just having Thanksgiving, we're always thankful for it.
Mhm.
If you're listening to this on the 27th of November, it is Cyber Monday. We have a Cyber Monday sale going on at whiskeyandwhitetails.com where you can get 30% off select products. It is already set in the cart. You don't have to use a discount code. Those products are 30% off all day. Go check it out and let us know what you think. If you
Some
went shopping,
products,
if you got something new,
not all
shoot us.
products.
Yes, not all products.
Yeah.
It is select products. If they those products that are discounted are those products that qualify are automatically discounted. So you just throw them in your cart and you got your 30% off already.
And if it doesn't qualify, that means we paid too much for it and we can't sell it cheaper. So,
More or less, yeah.
like some of the
So
hats.
some of the hats, some of the other stuff in there. So some of it's not marked down too much because we're just simply out of stock and don't have it on hand right now. But that's the name of the game during the holiday season. So bear with us. We're getting stuff back in stock, and we'll post and let everybody know when those things are available again.
Yes.
Um,
We're not going to do any ad reads this week because we're just fucking over it for a little bit. I know that there's
we
like
get,
the automatic ones that you've already heard, but we're going to just cut right into the episode.
Yep. So we're just hanging out, catching up on some
Yeah.
things, some hunting, some of Matt's travels, and some market stuff that we've got going on for the holiday season. Some hunts coming up. So enjoy this episode. And if you got ideas for topics or content that you'd like to hear and learn about, let us know.
Too late. Hit record.
Well, I guess we're in it then.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Whiskey and Whitetails.
Yeah.
I almost forgot we had to record a podcast this week.
So did
I'm
I.
so busy.
We're at the final minute here, final hour, as they say.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and ate plenty, shared your thankfulness with those you love or whatever, something like that.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed some time off.
Did you do anything big with anybody? Do a big dinner or anything?
No. We every year.
Friendsgiving?
No, I don't. No. Every year we order food and then we go pick it up.
Nice.
So like some years we get it like the meat, like we'll get a turkey from Lewis and Lewis Barbecue, and then we'll get sides from one place and like an appetizer from another place or whatever. This year
So,
we just did Jack of Cups, which is a cool restaurant that I like.
mhm.
My wife likes. But they have like this bread trio thing with 3 different types of butters, and it's delicious. And then they have a red curry mac and cheese that is bomb diggity. Yo.
Okay.
And then I made a venison lasagna.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been eating lasagna for 4 days now, or whatever it is, 3 days.
Yeah. It's good for you.
Yeah. It's great.
It's good. Saves money.
Mm-hmm. I also made
Well,
a
that's good.
meatloaf,
You did.
venison burger and pork mixed together,
Mm.
or venison
Was it
sausage meat. I mean,
okay? I was going to ask if it was pork sausage or pork.
venison.
Nice.
Yeah. Mixed all that together and smoked it on the neighbor's smoker. I haven't tried
Oh
it
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
I just cut it up,
Oh, you haven't.
put it in a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, we did. We had in-laws in town and fried a turkey, smoked a turkey. Had more sides than you could count. And it was pretty good. Better the next day. It's always better the second day.
Yeah. That's what I've been told. That's what I've been
But
told.
yeah, good stuff.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had a like a family Thanksgiving dinner. I haven't.
Well,
It's been before the
you're
army.
always welcome. You're
Oh,
always welcome.
I know, and I appreciate it. It was before the army, though. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
because in the army we always did. I didn't believe in taking time off during Christmas. I wanted to save it because there's
Hmm.
nobody at work in the military during the holidays,
Yeah.
and I usually couldn't get out of work anyway. But
But
excuse me.
so it's not like work is hard or you just it's super laid back
Yeah, like you show up
usually.
for PT at 5, and then they're like, have a good day.
Just fuck off. Just
Yeah,
fuck off home.
yeah. I better not see you until tomorrow morning. Heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that time of year in military and government work too. You hear put a lot of we'll worry about that after the new year
Yeah,
kind of talk. So it's pretty typical, I think. Anyways, we did that. We had a market Friday, which was if you're listening from and from having heard us at the market, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate your business. Hope you enjoyed whatever you got, or if you're giving it as a gift. I hope they enjoy that. But that was for being rainy and starting off kind of crappy. Turned out to be one of our better markets in a long time.
yeah. You did very good. We paid the bills for the year, I think.
Yeah, just about in one day, which is nice.
Yeah. Um, we are sold out of duck calls. Sorry, everyone. And then we have we had a problem with torches, and we may be out of torches for the Christmas season. So, if you're going to order or something for one of those for as a gift, I think we have maybe 40 left. So,
No luck hearing back from them yet.
no. Um,
Awesome.
yeah,
They take that Chinese New Year off for like all of January. So
yeah, but that's I don't know. I could pull it up and no, because I know that they haven't. Let me check. I'm
well,
pretty
you
sure
said you were
they're.
gonna go.
Do what?
Go ahead. Well, why you check that? You said you were gonna hunt. Did you end up hunting after the market?
I did.
Yeah. Anything? See anything?
Didn't see anything.
Um,
Which is okay. I think that I think they can see the blind. I think they can tell that the window's down on the blind that I'm sitting in there. I'm not totally sure, but
mm,
that's just what I believe. They I didn't really have anything on camera. My camera just randomly turned back on. It was off for days.
interesting.
Yeah, and then it like started working again. Um,
Hmm.
and I refreshed the corn, and then I hunted last night, and there was two teeny tiny itty bitty yearlings out there, and I'm sitting in the stand I'm in a blind actually, and I knew Mama wasn't going to come because I knew she saw me. I could just tell. I could feel it.
Yeah.
And I heard something moving around behind me, probably like 30 minutes before dark, and I was hoping that whatever it was would come out. So
Mm.
I'm sitting in there. So I get done hunting and I come out the blind and she's standing right there and it scared the fuck out of both of us. Yeah. As soon as I
uh,
unclipped it, she was right there and she's like, and took off. And
yeah.
then I'm like, Jesus.
That happened to me the other night coming out from the from hunting that stand that I told you about, my personal stand that I hadn't hunted since last year. And as on my way out, I kind of got just a little turned around, and I came across a possum, and I don't know, sorry, not a possum, an armadillo,
Hmm.
and the armadillo like made this hissing noise, like, and then it like tried to run, but it ran into a tree, and it got like confused, and it sort of ran towards me for a second, and then turned right, dude, scared the shit out of me. I thought it was coming after me for some reason.
I like possum. I like armadillos. I mean, they're way faster than you think they are.
Yeah, it's so much faster. Did not expect him to take off, and I've
Yeah.
even seen him, run off, and it's like, oh damn, the things are, yeah, they're pretty fast.
Yeah. They I have a video of one from a long time ago that I found in the woods and I just kind of walked near it and he took off running and I was like, "Wow." Like he like cleared a log jumping so hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
6'4", 6'8", 5". I'm 6. I'm still not in. I'm almost there.
You're doing great.
It's so crazy. It's taking this long. Order management. All right. Waiting for supplier to accept order. Yeah. So
Interesting. All right. Well, fingers crossed, folks.
yeah.
Fingers crossed. Mm. We are winding down this season. We have Patreon hunt coming up in
This weekend.
5-ish days. I think we'll be there Thursday to set up camp, get things sort of prepped, and then who's who's coming? Like who all's actually spoken up? Like who's for sure showing up?
Brian Colton, another Brian, Chef Jeff, Stark might come.
Nice.
Mike is coming. Um, Matt Livingston might show up for a night, hang
Cool.
out.
All right.
Mm, I don't know. I got a few. Got a few.
All right. Cool. So we need, yeah, we can figure out details later, but it's just gonna be you and I Thursday night, and then folks start rolling in Friday. We'll hunt Friday. If we hunt Friday, we'll hunt Saturday and Sunday morning maybe.
Oh, they did respond. Okay, I feel better now. All right, sorry. Yeah, I think Thursday we're going to show up, set up camp, and
Yeah.
set up a bar, set up a fire pit. I'm going to bring wood.
Nice.
And then we'll have just we'll secure a nice little area so people can come in and come and go as you please. And I think I'm gonna hog hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what I think I'm gonna do. Are you gonna hunt all days or just?
Play it by ear, see how it goes.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be responsible for cooking for folks, then maybe I'll hunt the mornings, and we'll have some stuff out there, kind of help yourself, kind of for breakfast stuff, easy stuff, and then I'll just sorry, my foot is itching like a motherfucker. My
Nice.
sorry, and then I'll just stay in the afternoons to cook and whatnot. I'm not sure, but I'll hunt when I can, if I can. But my I want to make sure everyone's taken care of and fed and all that good stuff too. So
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. I think it's gonna be like a good time, man. I think we're all gonna have fun.
yeah, man. I hope everybody put something down. It'd be fun to have some things strung up on the hanging pole there.
Yeah, I like to just hang out there where other people, because a lot of times we were sitting over there one time and the guys were like pulling the back straps out and then just chucking the deer behind it, like we're done. And so
What?
so you can just stand there with a cooler and just fill up coolers with meat because people are
Like I'll
sleeping.
take that.
Yeah. Are you done with
I'll
this?
take
Because there's still a lot of meat on there.
yeah. As in the shoulders and the
Yeah.
that's wild, man. Some people are so wasteful. It blows my mind.
I'm thinking about going over there and being like, $20, I'll skin it for you.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah. Give me something to
I'll
do.
pay you $20. I'll pay you $20 to clean mine.
Done.
I'll sit there and drink whiskey and watch.
Done. Works for me. I need to call Rocco and I'm debating doing it on here.
Oh, about what?
I'm just gonna call him and see. I don't want
All
to
right.
spoil it.
All right.
Let's see if he answers. We'll have to check and make sure that this audio comes through.
Yeah,
It's at 11.
it should.
I know he's driving to Ohio today, so he might be busy.
Hi, this is Rocco with
Yeah.
Camp Hero.
Oh, good. He'll probably call me back. Yeah. So what we were talking about burial last night,
Yeah.
and since he has a cemetery on his property, I wondered if he would let me do an open air burial, like just take me up there and drop me off.
Is that legal in the United States?
I don't see why not. It's my body.
Yeah.
Put me on top of the ground. Don't put me in the ground,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like a shallow grave or something.
Yeah. There's I saw one the other day. Maybe you sent it to me, maybe I sent it to you. the air burial
Yeah.
where they, I think it's somewhere in Asia, but they put your body like,
On a mountaintop. Is it the
but
same one?
then like birds
Yeah.
like eat you
Yeah, the
until there's
buzzards
just
come in.
bones left, and then it's like this whole like cycle of life kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's what I want. I think that'll be nifty, you know, to give back, because we're the only species that has removed ourselves from the circle of life.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah. I
give
suppose we
back.
have in a way.
We don't fertilize the ground. We don't feed earthworms. I mean, nothing. We're inside of a concrete case, and our flesh
Yeah,
is probably worthless anyway because we get embalmed.
yeah. How shitty are we for that?
Yeah, I don't want to be embalmed at all. I think it's disgustingly weird.
It is strange.
Unless you're gonna do it like the new trend where that guy was on a barbell where he was bench pressing or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, then you can embalm me.
What do you want to be doing though? Like, what do you want your
like
maybe
changing the
it's like
oil,
sitting at a bar stool,
like
changing
change the
oil?
oil on a Porsche or something nice? Like bring a GT3 in there and then just
Yeah.
put it up on a lift and have me standing under it, tightening the oil filter, and then put like a really gaudy gold
No,
cage around it.
you're gonna be. I'm gonna have you sitting in it with a computer, like you're tuning it,
Yeah.
and just like 1 foot out
Yeah.
the door,
Yeah.
1 foot in with a laptop.
I do like the bar too. Like the bar, that's a good idea.
Just sitting at a bar, like a bar table.
Yeah, but I have to be
Drink
like
a bottle.
laughing with my mouth open, and then you have to like throw bar peanuts in my mouth when you walk by.
You can't leave until you get one in his mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Do me an honor and throw this peanut inside Matt's mouth while he's dead.
Yeah, Jesus.
Those are crazy. What
Parents
country are they doing that
Parents
in?
would love that. I don't know. I mean, I think I've narrowed it down to a continent, but I don't know which country it is.
Yeah, I think I know which continent it's on as well. It's wild. Did you see the one where the guy was like on an incline bench?
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
So
And
crazy.
there's another one I saw though. I think they had the guy like sitting in like a throne, like a king's chair or some
Yeah.
shit.
Wonder what
It's definitely strange.
wonder what that's called. Embalming bodies and not burying them.
Get you all set up like in a saddle on a
That would be sick too.
piece of a tree, pulling a bow back.
Like lean back.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick. Oh, that's crazy. So once a body is embalmed, you can bury it or cremate it. However, you cannot do a natural burial because the embalming chemicals leak into the ground and harm the environment. What?
Good Lord. So you just turn to a mush inside of a box.
I guess so.
No thanks.
It would be funny like if the world's still here in 10,000 years or something and they start digging up graves trying to learn about our culture. And they're like, holy shit.
And just boxes of soup everywhere.
Yeah. Boxes of embalming fluid. And then they're going to make up something like we had put chemicals in there to protect the body. Like we booby trapped them. Because they were like, there's no way they would put all these chemicals on a dead body.
Certainly they wouldn't be this dumb.
Yeah. I know people are listening like, what are you talking about? My grandma looked really good at her funeral.
But that's the point. She did.
Yeah. Because she was
For the funeral.
pumped
For that
full of
48 to
chemicals.
72 hours, she looked great.
Yeah. Should go look at her now. It's not good.
It's not the same.
Yeah. So crazy.
Anyways.
Yeah. We want 200, right? I'm talking to this lady right now.
Yeah, 200. Let's
200.
At
Start.
least. Let's get this shit locked and loaded.
Let's see how much they are now. I'm sure it's gone up. It went up like $100 every time we ordered. I'm looking at past orders and
yeah,
pretty crazy. Yeah, Patreon hunt this weekend. When's our next market? I think we have Park Circle.
Yeah, had to cancel last night's market downtown Charleston. So if you were coming by to see us, sorry, we just sold out of a lot of shit and weren't able to make it happen.
Yeah.
That being said, the next market that we have, that's a good question. I don't know.
It's the 24th.
17th?
No, it's not. That's Christmas Eve. It's the 10th at 11 a.m. So that is not this Monday or not this Sunday, not yesterday for those listening, but this coming Sunday. No, next Sunday. Jeez.
Yeah, the 10th. So 2 Sundays from now.
Yeah. We'll be at there's a market in Park Circle, and I don't remember the name of the neighborhood, but there will be signs everywhere.
Yep.
And it's pretty big. There's a lot of stuff there to do. So you can come walk around and check it out.
Yeah, and then we have the Bono Ferry hunt the next day for 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I only was able to get the full day of the 11th off. The other 2 days, I'm only going to be able to hunt in the evening, which sucks, but is what it is.
Is that close to your house?
Yeah, that's the same place we went last time.
Okay. I might crash at
So
your place.
it's not far. That's fine. That is fine.
Yep. That's
so,
the
yeah,
last
that's some
hunt of the
good
year,
hunt.
I think.
Yeah, it'll be probably not the last hunt for me, but it'll be.
Well, I mean, it's our
probably the
last like planned hunt.
Oh, yeah. Other than that, it's just going to be, sliding out there whenever I get a chance. The kids will be getting done for their Christmas break sometime that next week, so I'll probably be getting out a little bit with the kids the last couple weeks of the year, but we shall see. It's we're winding down the last month or so. So
Yeah. And then that Friday, I'm going to Hotlanta. And then Saturday, I'm going to Columbia. So I'll be traveling around. Going to
what's in
see
Columbia?
Andrew
Well,
Bean.
first off, time out. What the hell's in Atlanta?
My mother is graduating college.
Oh, nice.
And I'm
That's
going
right.
to her graduation. Isn't that crazy?
Congratulations.
My mother is leaving college.
Hey, at least she went and finished.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Do a career change. I don't even know how old she is, but doing a career. I'm 38, so she's older than that.
Yeah.
Just to I'm gonna go do something else now. It's kind of cool.
It's a pretty ballsy choice, honestly.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are. I don't know if brave is the right word, but willing to do something like that
She got some
midstream in their life.
Flack for it, and I told her, I was like, "Fuck them," Who cares? It's not their life,
From who?
Friends and family. You know how super supportive my family is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, but no, she, yeah. So good for her. But I'm going there to for that. I'm gonna try and go to the aquarium because
you should. I've never been. I want to go so
I've
bad.
been trying, man. I went too soon when I got back from Afghanistan. We went there,
Yeah.
and I don't
Too
really
much.
give a fuck how this sounds. I'm just gonna say it. We walked into the parking garage, and I saw like a lot of Perkins, and it freaked me the fuck out. We had to leave.
Well, having just spent almost a year in country with
People trying to kill you wearing burkas.
people trying to kill you wearing burkas, I would imagine it wasn't easy to deal with. So
yeah. No, we didn't make it.
Anybody's going to give you a hard time.
We pulled into the parking garage, and I got out of the car, and I looked at her, and I was like, "I can't do it. I'm sorry." And she was like, "This is really busy." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go inside this place because there were signs everywhere about metal detectors and stuff." And I was like, "If I could have brought my gun, that would have been all right." But
yeah,
dude, that was crazy too about being in Mexico and the guy. This guy that we were talking to our driver, he just could not fathom like carrying a gun around.
Yeah.
He just could not understand it.
Well,
I think I kind of told you about that.
You did tell me about that, but our listeners know you went to Mexico, but they have not heard the scoop. So,
it's pretty exciting. Yeah, my flight was Wednesday, so I got to the airport Wednesday. My alarm didn't go off. Is what it is. I woke up on my own at 5:00, and so we like rushed to the airport. Get there, and the lady's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna make this flight." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I just need to rebook." And so she booked me for a flight that was at 7:30 going to Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Miami, then Miami to Merida, Mexico. And so I said, "Thanks." Whatever. We came home and went and got some Thai food. Just kind of hung out. So we got up at 5 a.m. Thursday morning and go to the airport. And the same lady's there, and she was like, I rebooked you yesterday, not today. Your flight was yesterday. And I was like, great. So she got on the phone to try and help me again. And I could see her like she would like turn and be like, "Oh," and I already know she's like, yeah, he's pretty fucking dumb. He thought the flight was yesterday. Clearly, we're not dealing with a very smart person here, um, which I deserve. I accept it. And so she booked us a flight at like 8 o'clock at night, which I was not
Yeah.
going to sit in the Charleston airport from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
No.
So I just walked over to JetBlue and bought us 2 one-way tickets to Miami. So we flew to Miami, got a hotel, stayed in Miami. Next morning, got up. We actually had a good time in Miami. Went to a place called, I already forgot, but the pizza was crazy. Mr. 08,
Hmm.
Mr. 80, something like that.
Yeah.
Really good pizza. And then we went to a bar, and I told the guy just make me a cocktail, and he made me a cocktail with just like I think it was a Glenlivet. It was a really peaty Scotch,
Hmm.
and it was fantastic. It really
Yeah.
really surprised me. It was really good.
Do you remember what was in it at all?
No,
Because usually the peat stuff is hard to compliment. It can be.
it was like a
You don't know what you're
lemony
doing.
flavored drink, but I don't remember
Okay.
exactly what was in. Like, a couple of ingredients. I could have told you then, but that
Interesting.
was a while ago now. I've had a lot of cocktails since then.
Well, there's a lot of cocktails ago.
Yeah. So yeah, so we go to the airport the next morning to fly out for our 2 or 1 p.m. flight to Mexico.
Mhm.
I go to check in, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't fly your flights yesterday, so uh, United canceled all your flights, even the ones home." And I was like, "Great, perfect. So what does that mean?" And she's like, "Give me a minute." And so she's like working on it, and I'm just sitting there shaking my head, like now I'm stuck in Miami.
Almost Mexico.
All the money
Almost there.
because I use reward points, so like now all my points are gone because they don't
Mhm.
refund the points if you screw the travel up. So anyway,
Jeez.
she's like, somehow there was only 2 seats open on all these flights, and I was like, "Gee, I wonder why," because they were mine. They were my
Yeah.
seats, and she's like, "We're gonna rebook, but because it's last minute, it's another $678 or
What?
something like that." Yeah, so I had to pay that, which is cool. And
Gee.
then we get to Mexico 2 days late. Get an Uber from the airport, which was the Ubers aren't allowed to pull into the airport, so we had to walk like out into
Oh, really?
Mexico. It was kind of your
That's
first
sketchy.
experience. You're like, oh, but it was fine.
Yeah.
So the Uber picks us up, and we get to the hotel, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm 2 days late. Sorry." And he's like, "Oh, I gave your room away. I don't have any. We don't have any rooms." And I was like, "Of course you don't. Of course you gave it away." And I was just really upset, but I was nice, and I didn't freak out. And
That's
they ended
good.
up giving us an Airbnb that they have that's down the road. So it
Mhm.
worked out. But the food was fantastic. The margaritas, I've never had a margarita before in my life, apparently, because they taste completely different there than they do in America.
You've said that a couple times, but you haven't really elaborated on what it is. Is it the difference in tequila? Is it the difference in freshness of other
I think
ingredients,
it's
or
the
what?
freshness of the ingredients. I think they make all their own ingredients. I had a
Yeah.
hibiscus margarita, which,
Hmm.
for those that don't know, hibiscus is like my favorite flavor in the world. And it was unreal. So I had like a lemon one first, and then I had the hibiscus one. But like in America, every margarita I've ever had, I guess, compared to this one, tasted watered down. Like it
Okay.
didn't taste like it was as flavorful.
Right.
These were there's just so much flavor
Mm.
in it. It's probably the type of tequila they use. I don't know. He
Yeah.
brought me some reposado. He did the whole thing like, "You like reposado? Oh, I want you to try this." And he'd bring us both 2 glasses of tequila. He's like, "Oh, you like that? You're gonna really." He's like, "I got something I want you to try." And he go gets and then of course they charge me for all of it. But it's I've
Super
noticed
cheap.
that like that's how they do business in foreign countries.
Yes.
Yeah,
And fairs, carnivals.
yeah. I couldn't tell you last time I went to a carnival.
Took the kids to the state fair and got one guy at one of the games, got one over on me. He explained something a certain way and made it seem like it was going to cost one thing, but it was actually costing a lot more
Mm.
because he just described it in a way where it could be taken. It was very easy to assume he meant one thing, but he really meant another.
Yeah,
And and then I tried to argue, and then it was like, you know what, I'm not, I'm Here's your $40.
Yeah.
Fuck away from me.
That's they did that to me at El Gaucho downtown, the
Uh-huh.
steakhouse.
Oh yeah.
Which I told
Is
him,
it
I
any
was
good?
like, it was delicious, but I'll never go back because he got me. He got me hard. But he did the same thing. Like, do you like fried cheese? And I'm like, yeah, who the fuck doesn't like fried cheese? He's like, I need you to try ours. And he's just bringing me stuff. Same thing with drinks. We just got this new bottle in. You want a sip? I'm like, yeah. And he'd bring us, an ounce or two. And then we get the bill. And the guy just ghosted us, completely walked, never came back to the table because he knew he
What a
got
dick.
us. Yeah. I told him that on the way out. I was like, I live here and you just lost a customer for life. But hope it was worth it. Enjoy your day. Because, they do that here to tourists, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll say Mexico was awesome. Went to Chichen Itza. There's like, I wonder if you can hear the clap thing. So if you're at the bottom of the stairs to Chichen Itza, you can clap your hands and it sounds like ricochets. See if you can hear it. Yeah. Yeah. Like that pitching noise.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy. Because you're standing there, no matter who's clapping, no matter where they're clapping from, you can hear it wherever you're standing.
How many of those structures were out there?
A lot. And they're still like unearthing some.
Yeah.
And they're super big. Bigger than I thought. The doors are small because the people are smaller, but yeah, there's a lot of them, a lot of structures there. And then like the ball court area was massive. It was so big.
That's where they play the game you were talking about?
Yes. And I said, I talked about it. I either put it in our story or we said on the podcast that the losers of the game were sacrificed. That's not true. It was the winners. So they were basically competing to be sacrificed. They wanted to have the great honor of being sacrificed. So that's this game they would play. And he was saying there, go ahead.
I wonder if back then, like when you lost, if you were like had to act like real distraught, so the priest knew that you were, but deep down you were like, man,
dodged a bullet on that one.
I don't know how many times I can keep doing this.
Yeah. We've been defeated every time. I'm not very good at this game. Yeah.
Someone's going to suspect I'm losing on purpose.
Right. You have to eventually win. Life must have been pretty shitty for you to be like begging to be sacrificed. I mean, I'm sure it was super hard living back then. There's snakes everywhere. Sure. The bugs, the heat. It's hot as shit down there.
The Spaniards.
Yeah, the Spanish are coming. The Spanish are coming. I think that's what he said.
Whoever came and fucked them all up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's funny is they came in and completely decimated that culture. Yeah. And today they are descendants of this decimated culture. But like they still believe in all the Spanish beliefs.
Right.
They speak the language. There was people there that speak Maya, and you could hear like it's not anything anywhere remotely close to Spanish. Completely different language.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
Which makes sense because they came from Spain and then made them learn that language.
Yeah.
But yeah, they would sacrifice. The youngest was 18 months old.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty young. Pretty young.
Wonder what. Never mind.
It is also weird how they do it. They would bend them over, like arch your back, kind of like doing a bridge with your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like where your ribs are, it makes it like perfect space for you to cut that open and reach in there and grab your heart and pull it out. It's like the most efficient way to do it. That's how many people they killed that they were like, hey, you know what works better?
You know what would be best is if you made a rock where you could just land over this so I could get to your heart easier.
They did. They were like, it's an altar, quote, it's a religious altar.
Yeah.
But I need you to lay it down on this. Yeah. I'd watch it. Kalima. That's what he says.
Yeah, I bet you it's a pretty crazy thing to witness.
It's got to be. Ancient cultures are crazy anyway. Like when you really think about it. Could you imagine really believing that like when the sun goes down It may not come back up unless you kill a virgin or something.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I think if I mean, I guess I kind of understand, like, without any other education, what
Yeah.
someone tells you that's the thing, that's the rules.
Yeah.
So that's the rules. I mean, people aren't too different these days. They just
It's true.
believe other dumb shit.
It's so crazy to read comments on Instagram and just see that, because it's like it's almost, when you finally find that person that's like the crazy person that we all know is a crazy person online. When
Mhm.
you finally run into them in a comment somewhere, you almost think it's satire. You're like, that guy's funny, and then you click their profile and it's like, oh,
It's
they're
not a
being
joke.
serious.
Yeah,
So wild.
yeah, these people are real.
Yeah, they really do exist. I always thought the media was just making that shit up, like they make up everything
No,
else.
no, they've managed to completely brainwash quite a few of them.
Yeah, they broke a lot of people too in 2020.
That's true. They did.
There's people. Oh, I'm going to change the dates, names, and locations of the story to keep this person.
To protect the
But they just got their new booster
Oh,
right
wow.
before I left.
Cool.
So
Good.
last Tuesday, they died Friday. Like, for real. I didn't find it. When I got back, I was informed of their passing. I was like, well, it's sad. Nothing was wrong with
Wow.
this person, but wears a mask all the time, super safe. And just croaked, died in their bed, asleep at night.
Someone you know.
Personally, no, yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Not
Not
someone I
entirely.
100% liked, but someone I knew.
Yeah.
Not to disparage the
That's
dead.
fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Still happening.
Are we surprised at this point?
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, how
No.
many times have they said, stop getting these things? They're killing people. And then people are like, no, they're not.
Even
You must be a Trumper.
even the pharmaceutical companies have
Yeah,
come out
they have.
and said, "Hey, a couple of these are kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. There's some things happening with some stuff."
Yeah. You should not take these because
Well,
myocarditis or whatever.
they're not going to say that.
Yeah, that's true. They just said, hey,
It's
knock it
wild, man. I
off.
can't.
But,
Mm,
feel free to get your, don't listen to me. I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctor and believe everything they say
correct.
and do everything your doctor says, just like my grandpa. Well, my doctor
We're
told me
not.
to do it. Well, you better listen to him because he knows everything. He went to college.
It did.
Yeah.
Could have been.
What?
I mean, have you seen some of the schools people go for medical school? Like, you can go to medical school in the Bahamas.
I've also sat in front of my doctor and watched him Google something I said to him. So,
Yeah, that too. I've watched one walk into another room. I thought it did not close the door all the way behind them, and I could see, like, through an angle.
yeah.
100% got on the computer and was looking some stuff up.
Yeah. The only difference is I look at it kind of like car stuff. If you ask me a car problem, I
Yeah.
probably know what it is. But if it's a car I've never worked on before, I might have to Google and then be like, what's connected to that? And then I see, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's your problem. Like, I can read the Google, where most people
Yeah,
get
yeah,
on Google and they read the wrong shit, and then they're convinced
sure.
they have a double amputation on the way.
Yes, it is definitely helpful to already have a baseline of understanding of things and allow Google to be an assistant.
Yeah. So I totally
Not
get why
nothing.
they Google stuff. But also, I remember that they're just like people. They're just, that's funny is everyone, I'm going to say 95% of people are probably just like, let's do what we got to do and go home at the end of the day. Let's just skate by this life and pay our taxes or whatever. But they all think they're the only ones that think that way. So you're like, I'm going to get in trouble at work because of this guy. It's like, no, he's the exact same. He's doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Unless he's like Captain America, which I do work for a Captain America or with.
You work with one with the Captain America?
Yeah, he's a
Those
government.
are always fun.
He's a government employee.
Yeah.
He gives all the fucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like status meetings at 3 on Fridays.
No, I would never attend, but I have received phone calls from him on the weekends asking questions because he can't sleep.
That's a no. It's a hard no for me.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Nobody that I work with the exception of my supervisor, has my direct cell phone number. That is by design.
Everybody has my. Well, you also have a work phone. I don't have a work phone.
I made my own. I refuse to. I paid for an extra phone through Mint Mobile.
Through Mint Mobile, you got a Mint Mobile work phone?
I do.
Did you get a free phone?
No, I used an old phone.
I don't even know what their current.
I don't know what their current promotions are either.
Yeah. Was it $15 a month?
It sure was.
How's your service?
Good enough.
I had it in Mexico. I had service in Mexico. I had to pay international roaming. I got $20, which you can do through the app on Mint Mobile. And we didn't do an ad read this time, so here's your Mint Mobile pitch. But yeah, international roaming. I put $20 on there.
Yeah, it was enough.
Excuse me. It was. I had to go through and turn off like all the data, so nothing was using the data. Otherwise, it would have just sucked it down sitting there. But I had perfect service the entire time. iMessage and Instagram on.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's good stuff.
It's enough to communicate.
Yeah, mintmobile.com
for a few days.
/whiskey. Yeah.
Did you drink any whiskey at all while you were down there? They have anything
I did
that was unique or that you had never seen before?
So everyone knows Mexico is corrupt. And it is through and through on everything. I mean, there's no everything, including whiskey. So Buchanan's Scotch, they spend a ton of money doing like marketing campaigns, and they are doing kickbacks for the government. So every restaurant has Buchanan's in it. Every gas station, everywhere that sells liquor has Buchanan's in it. They have Johnny Walker Blue, Black, Red, and Green. And they have Jack Daniels. That is it. So we went to an actual Walmart, which I thought the guy was joking, but there is a Walmart there. And we just walked by it by accident. I didn't actually plan to go. And I was like, oh shit, Walmart, let's go in there and look at their whiskey selection. Same thing. They had like 3 bottles of Maker's Mark, and I think they had regular Jim Beam. But that's it.
Wow.
So I had Jack Daniels while I was there. That's it.
And Jack Daniels is like a commodity in other countries. Like that's a thing. Like good for trade, good for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. I had a Mexican Coke, which there they just call it Coke.
Right.
Coca-Cola, not cocaina, but Coca-Cola. Yeah, I had Coke and Jack and Coke one of the nights at our Airbnb because it's crazy, man. It's so cheap there, but it's all in pesos. So even though it's not $480, it's 480 pesos, which is like nothing. It's still
weird to hear those numbers.
You're like, shit, how much? And but like you check your bank account, and it's just to make sure I wasn't getting robbed or anything.
Sure.
And it's like every card swipe for drinks and dinner for 2 people was like $16, $18, $21. Like that was it. For me to sit somewhere for an hour and eat too much and drink too much. Yeah. And then I would leave 100 pesos tip, which it's like $7. And people would always be blown away.
Making lots of friends.
Yep. One of the guys, he learned English from watching the movie or the TV show Suits. You ever seen that show?
Yeah.
Good show. But it's funny because he says shit from that movie because that's how he learned English. Yeah. Because he said something, because I had asked him about something and he was like, that was never on the table. I was like, oh, I've never heard anyone say that other than the show Suits.
Yeah.
And he was, and like, to him, that's just normal. That's a normal English.
Right. Yeah. That's fucking funny.
Yeah. Miguel was his name. Good dude. He has 2 kids he's not allowed to see. They didn't discuss that in Suits, so he couldn't properly tell me, but.
So you have no idea why?
No, I think something with the ex-wife fell out of love or something. I don't know.
That'll happen.
Yep. So he's got a new girl. Oh, and he was talking about a vasectomy.
Yeah.
And he was asking, he was like, how much does it hurt? And I was like, blah, blah. And he was like, how quickly after that can you use it? I was like, I think they say like 3 to 5 days or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, can't do it. He's like, I can't go more than 24 hours. Like, okay. I was like, that's
All right, man.
how many? You only have 2 kids? That's pretty good.
Yeah. It sounds like you're doing great.
And it's funny because he didn't know the American word for like an IUD. So he's trying to explain this thing that his wife has.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's funny.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun there. I want to go back and I want to take people to
Yeah.
show them around.
That's cool. That'd be fun.
Y'all want to go, but I want to do an Airbnb next time, but I want to get like a good one with a pool because there was a couple of times that I was like, man, I wish I could get in a pool or something because the water pressure sucked and the bathroom smells like shit.
Yeah, the bathroom situation doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah. That third world country, man. The plumbing is not anywhere near as good as America is. So they have like all these stoppers over the sinks and the shower drain and all that just to keep the smell from coming out, but it doesn't work. You can still smell it.
Ew. Gross.
And you can't flush toilet paper there, which I did because I'm not going to wipe my ass and then put it in a trash can next to the toilet.
That's fun.
Everybody else does, though.
Oof, I can't imagine what those bathrooms smell like.
It's pretty gross. It smells like an entire city full of Mexican shit. That's what it smells like.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah. But the food was unbelievably good. Tacos were amazing. Tortillas. We went to one place called Habaneros, which is next to the Mayan Museum. If you ever go to Merida. And as soon as you walk in, they give you this little card with like, what kind of salsa do you want? Red or green? What flavor do you want? How hot do you want it? And then they go out there and they make fresh salsa exactly how you order it.
Oh,
and
no
they bring
shit.
it to the
That's
table
cool.
with hot tortillas.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then their tortilla chips were the best I've ever had in my life. I don't know what they did different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it's just their corn tastes way different
Probably.
than ours.
Yeah. It's all less processed and all that shit, I'm sure.
Yeah. And everywhere you go, people are making tortillas.
Oh, I bet.
Grinding up corn and making little patties and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you gonna ask? Did I eat?
I was gonna ask if you managed to meet anybody who does any kind of hunting, or if you had got any insight to any of that down there. I know you're in a town, so it may not be a thing down there, but
So I talked to one guy about it, and he said that there is like hunting spots, and they're crazy expensive for you to go.
Yeah, I bet.
Because he said there's just not a lot of animals here anymore for one reason or another. But he said that nobody's allowed to have guns, obviously. But he's like, unless you have like a hunting gun, and he said if you have a hunting gun, the entire town has to know that you own it and be okay with it. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
How does that work? You go to a public square and announce your gun ownership, or put it in a paper? That's crazy.
I don't know. I didn't ask how. I mean, it's a modern age. They have phones, so probably email. But
whatever.
They might be in a public square going, "Hear ye, hear ye."
I liked my visual better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here to announce ownership of.
Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing, right? When I get a gun, I come outside and wave it at people and let them know.
Yeah, that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, I want everybody to know that there's a gun in here. I don't actually do that, obviously, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I looked for turkey, and I didn't ever see a live one, but there is turkey, like wild turkey, ocellated turkey, everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's on the menu.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy. And it's really good.
Yeah, you said you sent me a picture. I think it was tacos or something that was made out of it. It looked pretty good. What was your favorite thing you ate there?
Cochinita pibil.
That was a quick answer.
Yeah, it's delicious. I had it twice. I wasn't gonna have anything twice.
But you did that one.
Yeah. On the last night.
What is it exactly?
So they take pork and they put it in a banana leaf and they put it underground and they put a fire on top of it and they cook it that way in a banana leaf. So it's like shredded beef, more or less.
Mm,
And then they have a puck chuck, which is it stands for toasted, or it means the words mean toasted and charred. So
okay.
they like toast this chicken or beef or whatever it is. I think it's pork too. It is pork. So they toast it and like cook it, and then they basically throw it on top of a fire and just blacken it,
Nice.
and it's really good.
Huh.
Yeah, yum yum.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, it's $4.25. Yeah, they the tortillas though. Can you? Is it super
I
loud?
can't still hear it. Yeah.
It's so stupid. Just got to do it one more time.
Yum, yum.
Yum yum. Yep, that was my attempt at that's an automatic cat feeder. We've discussed it before.
Yeah, we have.
Um,
I don't always hear it. So.
yeah, that was my attempt to get them to like me. Is instead of it just making no noise, it's me going yum 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 yum. So they'll come eat it and associate my voice with food, which didn't work.
Yeah. They're like stupid human.
Yeah, did not work. We put the Christmas tree up today.
How'd that go?
Cats are,
Fucking it up
all
already,
up
huh?
in that shit.
Yeah, they climb in it like
No, they
up
go
the
sit
branches.
in the bottom, and then you hear they just sit there and chew on it. And we're like, hey, and like we'll squirt them with a water bottle, and they run away, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden you'll hear that noise. You'll look over because they're sneaky. You look over there,
yeah,
and one's under there just chewing on it.
yeah. We put up. We went and got a tree last Friday
Oh, you
and
got a
put
real
it up.
tree.
And yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Family likes to have the real tree. I'm trying to talk them into a fake one, but
Yeah.
nope. We keep spending $180 for a Christmas tree just to throw it away in 6 weeks.
Yeah. I saw somebody on the Johns Island. You know how there's like neighborhood Facebooks or island Facebooks or whatever?
Oh
You
yeah.
guys have one for your area?
Mhm.
So there's one for John's Island. I'm sure there's one for James Island as well. I don't even know how. Somebody sent me a post. It doesn't matter how I'm on there. Okay, I'm just fucking on there. And somebody was like, "Is there a tree farm here where we can rent the tree and then return it for a refund and have it replanted?" And there's 0 comments on it. And it's so hard for me not to get in there and be like, "Do you know how free market works? You ever heard of
Yeah.
capitalism? How long have you lived in this country? Are you even from this country?"
Yeah.
Because no, that does not exist.
I mean, let's say I wanted to start that business. Let's say you've identified a void in the market.
This one person.
Well, here's the thing. When you bring me that tree back, can you walk me through how I replant that tree? Because maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way.
I've heard of people replanting them. However, I don't
Really?
think they take every time. It's not like a guaranteed thing. You can't just stick it back in the ground. But I've heard of people sticking them outside in the dirt and they have grown roots.
I have to look that up. I don't believe it.
No, I've heard of it. It's definitely. Can you
That's crazy.
replant? We'll do it now because do it now. Can
Do it
you
live.
replant a Christmas tree? I know people that have done it. Now, I have tried it and they don't work. Yes, you can plant your Christmas tree in your backyard if the root ball is intact. Oh, so you can't just cut the tree off and stick it in the ground. How
Yeah,
stupid am I?
I didn't think so.
But if
Unless there's a
you're,
way to splice it. You ever seen plant splicing before?
yeah, I saw, what was it? A banana and a pear or something the other day.
Oh, I'm just talking about like taking like you can take a branch from one tree um and take a tree that's been damaged and cut it and then like splice them together to allow that tree to continue to grow. I'm probably fucking that all up, but
Yeah.
maybe that would be a thing, but
I wonder if
I
it
don't know.
works every time. Probably
I'm
not.
gonna say no.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. So this person says we replant our Christmas trees each year and return them to the same tree next season. When it hits 7 feet tall, we retire it and plant it in a forest.
Mm.
So yeah, you gotta have the root ball on it. So if you're not gonna be able to do that from a regular, either way, no one's gonna loan you a Christmas tree, lady.
Yeah, no. You're not renting a Christmas tree.
That is cool that you have a live one now. We have a Balsam Hill, I think is what it's called.
That's the brand?
Yeah.
Because Jessica's been like, I think she'd be in for an artificial tree, but she wants like it to have like 1,500 lights, like
Yeah.
like a fuck ton of lights.
So ours doesn't have enough lights. Andy adds lights to ours.
Okay, so that's probably what Jessica would do if it didn't have enough. But
yeah, artificial Christmas. See what they are right now for Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday sale on Christmas trees today, folks. They're 50% off. So the classic blue spruce is typically $700. You can get it today, Monday, Cyber Monday, for $349. I believe that's
Nice.
what we have is the classic blue spruce. Maybe we have the fir tree. The fir tree is $8.99. They're not cheap. They weren't cheap when we bought it either. So yeah, but they are on sale, which is pretty crazy that they would sell the Christmas trees on sale like during peak Christmas tree buying time.
Yeah, you would think that would be the time not to have them on sale.
Yeah, because I'm going to
But
buy
what
it
do
anyway.
we know?
Yeah.
What do we know? Speaking of Cyber Monday, you're listening to this is Cyber Monday. I'm sure we mentioned it during the intro, but we have select products marked 30% off, and you don't have to use a discount code or anything for 24 hours. Those products that are eligible are automatically reduced by 30%. So get yourself some shopping done.
Are we going to send an email for that?
Goes out tomorrow morning about 10 a.m.
Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Santa's coming to town.
Santa's coming. Santa.
I watched that movie today while we did the Christmas tree.
I think we've already watched it like 4 times
Have
in
you?
the last few weeks. Yeah.
This is our second annual tree tradition. As you know, up until last year, I hated Christmas and wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And last year I decided...
And since you accepted Jesus into your heart as your personal savior, you've gotten really into Christmas and Easter. Yeah,
because I didn't do that. And also Jesus has nothing to do with Christmas for anyone that's never read a history book. But I'm going to leave that in too. I went to seminary. I'm allowed to have an opinion.
I'm not taking it out.
I'm allowed to have an opinion. We're all allowed to have an opinion. And I've read the Bible several times. So cast the first stone, as they say. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I got my pistol porn cocked. Ready? But yeah, Christmas is cool now, I guess. I'm going to have some Christmas spirit this year.
It's fun, man. You just got to kind of get into it and let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Might buy a Santa hat.
Oh, shit.
I know. I'm really thinking about it.
It's big time.
Yeah.
That's big time, man.
It's huge for me.
It's a different kind of commitment, you know?
I know. Like now I'm buying apparel for it.
Yeah.
Which outside of like Harley Davidson, I don't think I bought apparel for anything.
Hunting apparel doesn't count.
So Merry Christmas.
That's all you get, folks.
You filthy animals.
That's all you get. Come back next year and he'll be just a little bit more of a twinkle in his eye.
I might figure out a good ho ho ho.
That's what she said.
Is it?
I don't know, but yeah. We're at about an hour, and I think
I have shit to do.
Yeah, lots of stuff to do. So
yeah.
Check out the website, Patreon. Check out Patreon if you're wanting to join us. I mean, if you want to join us this weekend, it's not too late.
Yeah.
Hit us up, let us know. And stay tuned for more announcements as we move through the holiday season. We'll have other stuff. So that's all I got for you, folks. Matt, you got anything else?
Merry Christmas. Okay.